Yes, people, welcome back to the Magpie Channel TV. This is your Aston Villa preview as Newcastle look to extend their unbeaten run to 8 Premier League games and obviously unbeaten at home in a long time under Eddie Howe. So we're looking to keep St James's Park a fortress, and there's not many other better teams to do that against than Aston Villa. This weekend's opponent, Saturday, 3 PM kickoff. Aston Villa haven't won at St James's Park since 2005, since the infamous win back in 2005 when Dyer and Boya were scrapping with each other on the pitch. 14 games at St James's Park since then, and I haven't won a single one of them. So everything points towards a Newcastle win this weekend. Don't want to jinx it, but it does, doesn't it? And that's a mad record. I didn't realise how bad it was for Villa coming to St James's Park. Now obviously there's some draws thrown in there, but there's a lot of wins for Newcastle. And it's a really big opponent for us. I mean, Villa Park, I think we normally struggle. There's normally draws at Villa Park, but at St James's Park, I did not realise how strong our run was against Aston Villa. And like I said, the way we've been playing at home since Eddie Howe took over, it's been incredible, hasn't it? It's been out of this world. Like ourselves this season, you know, the start of this season, you think of Bournemouth at home, that was a disappointing draw. So there can be a spanner in the works, there can be a draw in there. But this weekend, let's hope we can carry on and get another 3 points, because 3 games left before the World Cup. Villa on Saturday at home, Southampton away next Sunday, and then Chelsea at home on Saturday the 12th, 5:30 kick-off for the last game before the Winter World Cup break. So it's a big chance for Newcastle to try and stay in that top 4 this weekend at least, never mind looking forward to the other 2 games for now. Get 3 points on the board on Saturday, put the pressure on the likes of Chelsea and Manchester United, and let's see what we can do, who obviously have played in Europe this week as well. Now, there's no team news yet, obviously, as it stands. Isaac, St Maximin, they're still out. This is Thursday afternoon, I'm recording this. So, if there is some big team news tomorrow, there's some interesting bits from Eddie Howe's press conference, I'll do another video tomorrow as well on Friday. But if there's not, then it won't matter. And at the minute, it doesn't matter who's playing for Newcastle, unless Almiron's injured, which he isn't. But that's the main man, isn't it? Miggy Almiron looking for 6 goals in a row. 6 in a row for Messi Almiron. 5 goals, 5 games so far in a row for Almiron. Looking for that 6th on the weekend, and you just wouldn't put it past him to get it, would you? You really wouldn't. You've got the fan. Every time Almiron got the ball in around the box until this season, it was just like, pass the ball. He's not scoring, you know? Unless it was the odd top corner one, like Palace last year, that 1 goal he scored in 40 games. But a lot of times he was passing it straight at the keeper. He was weak shots at goal, dragging them wide. Now it's like every time he gets the ball, I just think, right, he's going to take his man on, he's going to put it in. He's going to put it in the back of the net. So I cannot wait for Saturday to hopefully see Almiron do that. Now we've had a week since the last game, nearly, last Sunday since we beat Spurs. So the team will be pretty much the same, I think. I think we're going to continue to see Dan Burn at the back. I don't think Eddie Howe is going to change anything because of how well it's been going. Why would you? Wouldn't make sense. I thought he would have changed it at Spurs, mixed it up a bit more. But now I think he's going to keep it the same. Does Jacob Murphy come back in? Obviously, Joe Linton was playing more of a left forward the other day, and Willett came into midfield. I think he'll probably just keep it the same. I think Eddie Howe will just keep the same side that beat Spurs, and unless there's any injuries, it completely makes sense to. You know, those boys after that terrific performance last weekend. I think Wilson could be on the goals again. You know, Wilson's got to be in the hunt for that England World Cup squad. He's right up there in terms of numbers, so if he manages to keep his fitness up, he'll be looking to impress on the weekend. Southgate might be there, you know, Southgate's old side Villa. He could be having a look at maybe Wilson for us, Trippier, Dan Burn. When's Dan Burn going to start getting mentioned for England? Yeah? He could be looking at them. And then obviously Nick Pope. He could be looking at Watkins for Villa, Ings for Villa. You know, there's a few players in there for Villa that Southgate could be keeping an eye on. So he might make an appearance at St James's Park. If not, you'll definitely be watching on Match of the Day, and it's a chance for those players to shine. Now, Villa did shine for probably the first time in a long time last weekend once they sacked Stevie G. So it showed that the players clearly didn't like Gerrard, because I didn't like that in a way, like how bad that was, that they were that good, if that makes sense, you know, because they'd been crap for months. They hadn't scored 3 goals in a game all season, and then they scored 3 goals within 13 minutes. Last weekend against Brentford, they won the game 4-0 at Villa Park with the new caretaker manager there. I don't like that, because the players, even if you don't like the coach and you're trying to make a point, what about the fans that are travelling to away games every week, spending all that money? What about the 30,000, 40,000 fans that are going at home to watch you every week? I'm not a fan of that, like, but they clearly weren't a fan of Gerrard, and they performed without him. And I tell you what, you've got to give props to that caretaker manager because he just went for it. And he's not going to get the job. We'll get on to who is being appointed as the new manager soon, which is very interesting. But that caretaker manager, I forgot what his name is, but he's jumping about the place with his Air Max on last weekend. But he was just like, let the players go mad. And it was great to see, to be fair, especially if you're a Villa fan. Leon Bailey, who I'm a big fan of and you came for a big transfer fee and was sought after, he performed exceptionally well on the weekend. He was given free roam in that formation where it was very attacking, very direct. So I think they're going to do the same again this weekend on Saturday. And I think it'll be a very entertaining game at St James Park because Villa are going to go for it. I think if Gerrard was still there, we'd probably win the game 1-0, 2-0. But now with this new manager, he's going to tell his players just to go for it. Because he's got now to lose. He's not going to get the job full time. So he's just out there to impress. You know, if they come to St James Park and get beat 3-1, then they get beat 3-1. If they come here and win 3-2, you know, it's not going to make a difference to him and his future. So he is going to go for it. He is going to be attacking. We know that we are always attacking now under Eddie Howe, so we'll be going for the game. So this could be a very, very good one. It could be a high scoring one, I think. We'll get into my score prediction at the end. So like I said, the caretaker manager isn't going to be employed full time. They have went for Unai Emery, and they got it done straight away. Within 3 days, they appointed Unai Emery, but thankfully, he isn't going to be there on Saturday. Like I've said, he's not in the dugout until the 1st of November. So this is the last game for the caretaker. Emery's going to come into the job next week, and then he'll be there before the World Cup, couple of matches, and then after the World Cup. It's probably when you'll see him really implement his style and what he wants out of this for that team. But Emery, obviously, was Newcastle United's first choice after the takeover. Eddie Howe even said in a recent interview that his chances of landing the Newcastle job were gone once he was told that they were interviewing Unai Emery, and that was at advanced stages. He'd pretty much given up on it. Gave up on the chance of becoming Newcastle boss, he said. And then he was surprised when he got the phone call when Emery flip-flopped and turned down Newcastle. You know, Emery did agree to come at Newcastle. And then he talked to his family who were settled in Spain. He talked to his Villarreal players. They were doing well in the Champions League at that time, knockout stages. He obviously bottled it from a relegation battle and fancied staying at Villarreal. I don't mind that. You know, I very much don't mind that because it's worked out brilliantly for us with Eddie Howe. So thank you, Unai. Thank you very much for saying no. But I understand at the time that he was in Champions League and he had it cushy over there. Now he obviously wants to come back to the Premier League, the biggest league of all. You know, he's probably hit the ceiling at Villarreal in Spain. And I think it's a very good appointment for Aston Villa. I really do. I think Emery's a class coach. And I actually think he'll do a very good job there. They're still not going to threaten us, hopefully, I don't think. It is a good appointment, but it doesn't bother me now because I think we'll finish above Villa quite comfy from now on, which is brilliant to say. But I think it is a very shrewd appointment by them and the fans can be excited by it. But it's a strange one because Newcastle and Villa fans have something against each other, don't they? I don't really have much of a feeling towards it, to be honest. But after the relegation, I hated them for that when I was like sob on the tyne, all them banners and posters. Like, why would you go out your way to do that? It created a rivalry there. Throughout the years, it's kind of been back and forth with the championship thing. And so, yeah, it's a bit of a strange one. So it is a bit of a rivalry brewed out of nowhere because of Aston Villa fans, to be honest. So if we can smash them this weekend, Unai Emery does crap, I think that'd be funny. But it doesn't really bother us doing the Emery part. I think it is a good appointment. But I tell you what, I want to smash them this weekend. I want to win this weekend and win comfortably. And I think we will. I think we will win this weekend by a couple of goals. Just because I think Villa are going to go gun-ho, and just because Newcastle have only lost twice in the last 20 Premier League matches at St James's Park, I'm going to go for a 3-1 win to Newcastle. 3-1 to the tune. Let's hope so. Right? Drop your score predictions in the comments below. Come and see us at full time outside the club shop for fan cams if you're at the game on Saturday. Stay tuned for all the match reaction and all the other great content coming your way. Make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to the Magpie Channel TV, and enjoy yourself.